Hello friends, welcome to System Admin tutorial. This is lecture number 3. Today we'll discuss about how to install Docker in Windows 10. Before going for the installation, we need to take care of the three things. One is the OS must be a 64-bit and the Hyper-V or the virtualization should be enabled in BIOS. Okay, I'll show you whether the operating system is a 64-bit or not. You can see here this is a Windows 10 Pro and the system type is 64-bit. Okay, this is the one requirement which is satisfied, and next we'll see other requirements. The next one is whether the Hyper-V or the virtualization is enabled or not. Okay, you have to go to the control panel. In the control panel, go to these programs and turn Windows features on or off. Here you can see there is one option is there, Hyper-V. It is already selected. Okay, so you have to see whether the hyper virtualization is enabled or not. Okay, means all my three criteria are solved and it is all my three prerequisites are satisfied here. Okay, because in the virtualization already enabled in the BIOS, I cannot show because I have to restart the system and go to the BIOS. Then we have to see it is already enabled. Okay, so next thing we have to download the exe from the website. From the Docker website, we have to download the exe file. I will provide the link in my description. Okay, so once you will click on this download from Docker Hub, it will download the package. Okay, after downloading, you have to install it. Okay, so it is already downloaded in my system. I have the Docker exe file. You can see on my desktop, I have the Docker desktop install exe file. Okay, so you have to double click it and always run it in the administrative mode. Okay, now it is downloading the package. It will ask for the some prerequisites and to enable something, okay, which is required for the Docker in Windows, that is WL2, which is one of the dependency for, yes, enable WSL2 Windows feature and add shortcut to desktop. You can select this because this is the one of the dependency to run the Docker in your Windows environment. Okay, if you are running this feature, then the VMware or whatever the instance are there, that will not run. Okay, you can see the VMware workstation is already there. If I will enable this, then the VMware will not work. Okay, whenever you are trying to run this VMware, then you have to change this option. Okay, and click OK. Then it will unpack all the prerequisites and the bin files, and it will install everything. You can see this is the Docker desktop version 2.3.4, and then the version will change, that is the sub version. We'll see whether any upgrade version is there or not. Automatically it will pop up on your screen to get the update version. Okay, it will take some time to unpack everything and install it on the Windows, because all the dependencies should be satisfied and everything, all the license packages should be enabled. Because in Windows, one thing is there, it is registering all the DLL files, okay, in the registry. So it will take some time to register all the DLL files, because in Linux that does not happen. And once you will run the command, whether you are using the yum command or you are using the rpm command, it will run the all the RPM files in a thread. Okay, but in Windows it does not happen. It one by one it register all the TLL files, so it will take some time. Okay, we'll wait for that. It's taking time, so for that I'll pause the video. Otherwise, it will go so long. I'll not be able to complete all the things which I need to be described here. Okay, so I'm keeping video for a while. Once it will start the installation, then I will resume it. You can see the installation succeeded, and here you have to close it. Okay, and you can see here there is no service started for this Docker. So what we'll do, we'll start the Docker from our desktop. Okay, you can see this is the desktop icon created. Okay, I have to run it. Once I will run it, it will run the service and then we can able to use it. Okay, so once I click it, you can see in the corner notification area it is showing the Docker desktop is starting. Okay, once it will start, then we can able to run our all the Docker commands and everything. You see this is the icon. Okay, once it will get started, yes, it is starting and then it will show you it is already started. You see, already already I have told you that if anything new version will be there, then we'll get the pop-up. Okay, this is the new version. Only the sub version is there, that is 0.5. Okay, I will not update the new one. I will click on remind me later. Okay, so I will use the older version. You can see it is already in the starting phase. Here is assistive virtualization and data execution protection must be enabled in the BIOS. Okay, uh, there is one error is there because I already told you in the video that you have to enable the virtualization in the BIOS. Okay, so we'll check in the next video whether it is enabled or not. Then we'll use all the commands. Okay, this is the basic thing which need to be start. Okay, I'll check in the BIOS whether it is enabled or not. So for that I have to restart the system and check. Okay. Okay. We have seen there is some error was there and the error is resolved now. You can see the Docker is running. Okay. Here you can see in the notification area you can see the Docker desktop is running and also I am able to find the screen which is starting the Docker. Okay. So how we resolve the issue? There is some hypervisor issue was there that file was corrupt. Okay, so what we did? So for the Docker, you cannot use the command prompt, so it is better to go for the Windows PowerShell. Okay, here you have to search for the Windows PowerShell, and in the PowerShell, okay, we run this command. Okay, this is the command which resolved my issue. If you are facing the issue, then you just run this command bcd88/set hypervisor launch type auto. Okay, so that whenever the Docker will start, automatically the hypervisor will start. Okay, so this command resolved my issue and now I'm able to run the Docker without any issue and it is working fine with seamlessly. Okay, so we'll check. This is the command. Take the note down of this command. Also, I'll provide in the description. So let's clear this one. Okay, and clear the screen also. Okay, so now the Docker is starting. So we'll check the Docker version. Okay, first command is the Docker version, and Docker version is it provides me all the details, minute details of the Docker, which version is running and what are the different components, version, Git commit, OS architecture, everything it is there. Okay, in the server you can see in the server that it is mentioned the you can see it is a Linux AMD 64-bit is used by the Docker container. Okay, and in the Windows, this is the components, the Docker engine, community version, API version, everything is OS architecture, everything is mentioned by the using the Docker version command. Okay, so clear the screen, and now completely will go to the PowerShell mode and see. Okay, and we'll see what are the Docker images are there. You see, no Docker images are there. So Docker pull, we'll use the pull, and we'll use the tag also. It is already discussed in my previous videos, how to pull or how to run the images. Basically, whenever we are going for the Docker pull, it only downloads the image file and store in the container. Okay, but if I use the run command, then it will directly download or pull the image and run on the container. Okay, if I give the CentOS, then first it will search for the local repository, and if it is not found, then it will go to the Docker hub, and from there it will download the image. Okay, you can see it is downloading. It is very easy. All the commands or whatever the things which is already discussed in the previous lecture, same you have to install. But the process of installation is something different because the base platform is different. Because in Linux the platform is different and Windows is different. So you have to only take care of all the base things, and the remaining things will be same. Okay, we'll use some of the commands so that it will get acquainted whether the commands are running properly in the Windows or Linux uh, or not. We'll see whether any different command is there or not. Okay, so you see it's downloaded. Now get the screen, and now you check the images. In the Docker images, you will find the latest version of the same place. Okay, and the same if you want to run the Docker IT. This is the interactive mode with a terminal, and you give the image name. Yes, we got the console. So this is the command to get the release of the CentOS version. Yes, you see the 8.2. This is the latest version we are using to the container. Okay. If you want to exit from here, then you just click exit. Will exit out. And if you want to run the Docker image in the background, then you have to use the DITT is for the run in the background, and IT is interactive and T with a terminal. Okay, and you see we got the it is running in the background. So Docker PS, we'll see it is running perfect. It is off from since 7 seconds, and it is created 9 seconds ago. Okay, so if you want to find the details, Docker inspect, then you have to copy the ID. Okay, and this will provide every minute details of the container running. Okay, you can see the network settings are there, the gateway IP is there, and the IP address of your container running, that is also there. Okay, every details, whatever it is required, everything you will get from here. Okay, so next, and the commit command, docker login and everything, we'll see docker login command is also working or not. You see, authenticating with existing credentials, because previously already I have login. That's why if you have not logged into the docker, then it will ask for the username, password. Username is the docker id and the password. Okay, so I think this will help you a lot to install the docker on your Windows platform and use everything. In the upcoming video we'll see some more things of the command and use of the docker. Okay, this the first three videos which is describing only the some basic commands, and in both the platform and Linux and Windows, that everything can be cleared here. Okay, so everyone can use the docker in uh, both environment, that is in Windows and Linux. Both the developer who is compatible in the Windows, they can use in the Windows OS, and if who is compatible in the Linux, Ubuntu, anything, they can use it. Okay, so thank you for watching this video.